Let's get salty!
Everyone, Zeddy here again today with another Perils in Paradise card review. And why? Why do Rogue always get the broken cards? One of the most insane locations. I'm already predicting now. It's gonna get nerfed. It's ridiculous. Of course, Theo gets his first card reveal. It gets like the most toxic Rogue cards ever. We're gonna review these cards. Shame on you, Theo, for revealing these. If you want to win these cards or any of the other cards for this expansion, we're giving away 2 regular pre-orders, 1 mega bundle out of my pocket. To enter that giveaway, like and comment in the video, link in the description below, the one with that thumbnail over there. Be subscribed to the channel for every 1,000 subs we get until all the cards are revealed. Hopefully no more by Theo. I will add another mega bundle, so hit that sub button. Make me go broke. So first off, we have a brand new weapon for Rogue in the metal detector. And again, important to note, Paladin can access Rogue cards. So take that for what it is when you take a look at these cards with their tourist card. And the metal detector, basically after your hero attacks and kills a minion, you get a coin. So wishing well Rogue right back on the menu, but attacking into 2 things and killing them, get 2 coins. You can use that to combo and do, you know, Rogue stuff. Cheat some mana, play a bunch of cards. Of course, if you really want to, you can upgrade this card with like weapon buffs and all sorts of shenanigans. I don't see the need for Rogue to get a lot of cards right or coins right now. Like the Wishing Well decks aren't great, but I don't think it's because of a lack of coin generation. It's just not like the best thing in the world to do. It's fun. It's like not super competitive. And if you want to, you know, utilize the coins for other things, I just don't really see it. And considering it's only 2 attack, it could be pretty awkward to kill something, or your opponent just not a minion heavy deck. They'll play a lot of minions. You're just sitting there with this metal detector in your hand. You're not doing a lot. I don't see this as a big player of a weapon. But again, you're playing that Wishing Well deck, or there is that reason just to get a bunch of coins to combo off or cheat out something. Maybe it makes a cut, but as it stands right now, I'm gonna give it a 2 out of 5 in standard. In wild, Kingsbane exists and is like the only weapon you basically care about at all in that format, unless it draws a card these days. And I just don't see it there. So I will give it a 2 in that format as well. But you never know. Maybe it's just enough coin generation to make Wishing Well good enough. Or yeah, there's just some scam I'm not thinking of, but okay. Why? Who at Blizzard thinks this card's a good idea? I want to talk to them because we have the new refreshable location that is outright ridiculous. It is the Knickknack Shack, a 3 mana, 4 durability location that reads, draw a card. If you play it this turn, reopen this. Yeah, 3 mana, draw 4, potentially in 1 turn. That is outrageous. The downside to this card is, well, first it costs mana. Rogue don't like to do that. They don't want to spend 3 mana to draw some cards. But the downside is you draw that card, you don't want to play it, then you gotta wait 2 turns to try again, right? But if we know Rogue at all, they have a lot of cheap cards and they can just build their deck very much around this to pop off and maybe play some 0 mana giants or everything must go and get those cards out of there. And you can play 2 Knickknack Shacks or whatever. And this is just an insane card to me. It's 3 mana draw 4. This is the card I feel like is pretty, I feel like it's safe to say it has a good shot to get nerfed. If it draws that many cards that consistently, if it's consistent enough that, yeah, you can use all 4 uses relatively quickly and just do broken stuff, it's just crazy, unbelievably good. The only thing, again, holding it back is can I actually reopen this turn, because waiting 2 turns might be a bit much, but even then, it's still not that bad. It's still 3 mana draw 4 over, I guess, like 8 turns. If you don't reopen it, that can be bad. But Rogue cards don't cost mana. It's just not a thing, right? So, and you could get that weapon and get a coin, and that gives you more mana. I think this is a ridiculous card. It's very much a meta-defining style of card for Rogue, where you can build your deck around it. We saw that with Secret Passage, right? Secret Passage is a similar idea where you really want to play those cards right when you get them, but so you get value out of it. And this can very well, you know, fill that role in standard that's not there because that card is outright broken. So broken in wild, it's crazy. And yeah, I'm giving this a 5 in standard. I think this is a 5-star rogue card. I think it's absolutely nuts. I think it's a card that could absolutely get nerfed, or I'm wrong. It's not as, consistent, not as smooth as I think it can be. But to me, this card is absolutely outrageous. And in wild, yeah, you're playing this too. Especially you have like those Edwin style decks, you have the giant decks, most of you have counterfeit coins, you already have secret passage effects like that. It just goes together so well. It just works. It's what you want to do in those rogue decks. And I'll give it I want to give it a 5 there, but secret passage is a 5 there. I'll give it a 4 in wild, but yeah, an absolutely outrageous card that you just know I will be complaining about, or it'll suck and then I'll be wrong again, and then we can all laugh at the idiot, which is also fun to do. Next we have the O Manager, 2 mana spell. So I believe the Paladin tourist card can repeat this if you're thinking about this from a Paladin perspective. Oh yeah, and that location, probably not as good in Paladin because it's a lot harder to dump your hand, but you might still play a Paladin because Paladin lacks card draw and all that stuff. So again, Paladin, it's just a really good card. It's not going to affect the rating. Anyways, O Manager, deal 2 damage, combo, get a coin. So yeah, that's pretty nice. You can deal 2 damage, it can amplify with spell damage, it can go face, and you get a coin out of it, which basically makes this 0 mana. Or if you prep this, it's 0 mana, deal 2, gain a coin, gain some mana. So it's negative mana, even more mana cheat. So you get this off your location and it's just almost free. Isn't that? I'm losing my mind already. Yeah, seems solid, right? Like just a little bit of a removal. If it was 3 damage, this card would be like a 5-star. Insanely good card, but because it's 2, it will struggle to remove certain things. It's not a ton of lethality in its burst, but it's still flexible, it's still removal, it still gives you that coin for that turn or later. I think it's very solid, can slot into whatever you kind of want. I'll give it a 4 in standard. I'll give it a 4 in wild too, because again, those cycle decks will love that style thing where you get that extra coin, you could just dump it. That's a thing Rogue likes to do, and Paladin probably plays this too. If you're playing that tourist card, you get to repeat this with your tourist legendary on the board, get a couple of coins, deal like 4 damage. That could be really good for Paladin too. So yeah, I'll give this a 4 in standard. I don't know if I said a 4 in wild. I'll go with a 3 in wild. But again, Rogue getting some really good stuff because we all know Rogue's just, struggling so mightily, especially in wild. And then lastly, we have another pretty gross card here. The Swarthy Swordshiner, a 3 mana 3/3 pirate. So you get a brand new pirate here. Battle Cry, set the attack and durability of your weapon to 3. So any weapon that's just about to expire, the durability is down to 1. You can play this and put it back to 3, and maybe that's an attack buff, maybe it's a bit of a nerf. Regardless, you play Spectral Cutlass, isn't that a 2/2? You can automatically just upgrade that with this. You could do that. The pirate weapon, you just refresh it basically with another pirate. That 1 mana, the 2 mana 1/2 weapon that draws, you hit on turn 2. It's a 1/1. You play this, it's a 3/3. It's absolutely nuts. It's not even a combo card. You just Battle Cry, you just get that. It seems really good with basically any weapon in those weapon decks. And yeah, particularly the draw weapon that is so unbelievably strong to get even more draw. And in Paladin, you can get your hand buff weapon buffed. Don't we all want that more hand buff from your Painter's Virtue, whatever it's called? That does seem pretty darn strong. This doesn't need to be in a pirate deck. This is just a good card. It's got a pirate tag, sure, but the weapon decks, yeah, absolutely could see playing that. Kingsbane Rogue and Wild, you can refresh the durability again, so you don't have to redraw it, but you're probably gonna be nerfing the attack, so you probably don't like that nearly as much there. This gets a 4 out of 5 from me in standard, a 2 out of 5 from me in wild. Rogue got some insane cards here. They're really scary, and I feel like Rogue is going to draw their whole deck and murder you with weapons and damage, and I'm not going to be super thrilled about it. Anyways, let me know what you guys think about those cards in the comments down below. If you enjoyed the video, please like and subscribe. We have one more Rogue review later. What more insane stuff can they get? We'll find out. Have a great day, and stay salty, my friends.